Good morning, Facebook and YouTube and my Facebook page. So just wanted to come to you guys today with some market info. I'm going to try to do this every week on Mondays. It might not always be on Monday, but I'll try to do it, and I'll do the best I can. I got good news this week, and I got a good way to explain it, I think. Because we just went through this whole toilet paper debacle, right? And why did that happen? Well, toilet paper was low in supply, and there was news that it was only going to get, and then there was rumors, and people started to talk, and people started to panic, as they do about things that are low in supply. Now, I say this all the time, and please understand, I mean this in the most non-racial way you could ever imagine this, but we are really just complicated primates. That's what we are. We're all the same. In reality, we are all the same. And we behave similarly in a lot of ways to each other, no matter who you are. And when people think that there's going to be a low supply of something, do you think that they buy more or less? Well, you all know it's more, because if you tried to buy toilet paper in March and April, you couldn't get any. And if you did get some, it was for more than they were marketing it for usually. You had to get it. And even Amazon jacked the prices of toilet paper through the roof because they could. Because supply was low and demand was high. Now, what changed about toilet paper? Well, the supply went up. That's what happened. And panic went down. News about toilet paper being short went down, and supply was fine. And now you go to Wegmans and there's toilet paper. I don't know if there isn't comment, but I haven't had a problem finding any. So why is CJ talking about toilet paper? Well, because it's directly applicable to real estate. We've also had a shortage of supply in housing before coronavirus. This was happening before coronavirus already. And then what is happening now is that people are actually treating it. It's not like toilet paper, all right? It's nothing like toilet paper. But people are treating it in the same way that our minds treat things. And if we think that there's going to be a scarcity of something, a shortage of something, we're going to go out and buy it. Even if CJ goes live and says, dude, it's like a crazy time to buy right now. People are getting into fist fights in driveways. Well, no, people don't care. And if you're looking for a house, you're not going to care either. Now, what could change the housing market? Well, obviously, we saw with toilet paper that when supply goes up, things even out. People treat it like, oh, I could get it this week, but it's going to be there next week too. Okay, maybe I don't need to hoard it right now. Now, I don't think that anyone's going to go out hoarding houses, but there's probably somebody who is, honestly. There is somebody who's doing that, and he's probably an investor, and that's how people behave when there's a low supply. With housing, though, once supply increases, in theory, that should even things out for the buy side. Kinda, because it's going to take a lot, okay? When Wegmans got a shipment of toilet paper in, what was it, like mid-April, it was still going faster than usual because people were still a little afraid that could happen again. And it's still not going to get back to normal. There's still going to be people out there who, this could happen again. Maybe I ought to keep my stock high. So, I don't know. You guys let me know what you think of that analogy. But in reality, it's just human behavior. And we really are all the same. And I'll tell you another way we're all the same. When we show up to a house that's priced appropriately for the market, if buyers want it, they will pay more for it. Why is that? Well, because buyers look at houses quite often before they actually buy one. They know the market better than their realtor does sometimes. They know that the house with the pool was $10,000 more than the house without the pool, but the house without the pool had nicer carpet. They know it intimately because they're looking at it through their own wallet, and they know what it costs. Now, when they see a house that they see value in that's priced appropriately, they will play to avoid losing it. They're not going to play to win. They're going to play to avoid losing it. When a house is priced too high, it's kind of like going to Wegmans for 6 months in a row and knowing that toilet paper is going to be there the next week. You know it's going to be there the next month too now. Well, that house is going to be there the next month too because it's priced way too high. If you price your house too high, it's not going to generate the same auction effect as if you price it appropriately, even in this market. So I want to just kind of go over the stats. Let's see here. How do you do this? There we go. What do we got here? So in the last 3 days, I like to go with the 3-day market watch. Look at 112 price decreases. So those people there, they decided to start a little high, and eventually they worked their way down to reality. And the funny part is, honestly, when you see someone who has their house priced too high and then they choose to decrease it, it lifts a lot of light into it. And now they're popular again. And you know what? They can actually get more than what they originally had it priced for. I can show you guys a story about that, actually. I did not plan this, but let's see if I can find it. This might be all for nothing, but let's see. No, that wasn't the house number. I'll come back to that one. Let me do this. Let me just look at this. Let me look this up for a second. Well, anyway, this was a house that I had on the market for 128 days as 125,000. So 125,000 was on the market for 28 days. We lowered it to 100,000 and it sold for 128,000. And that's just what people do when they feel like they might lose something that they wanted. We're just people. We all act about the same way. And if you think you're different, put yourself in that position and really put yourself in the position that you have a house that you want and somebody else might get it. Okay. So in the last 3 days, let's customize this a little bit more. Let's just look at Monroe County. So 17 price decreases in Monroe County in the last 3 days for single families and residentials. New listings 75, but we took away more than that here. These three numbers here added up are what we took away from the market. This one, not so much. This could be, you know, more than 3 days worth, honestly, the way this breaks down. It's not easy to explain quickly, but you can pretty much guarantee we added less than we sold. All right. We added a lot less than we sold, so there is still a supply shortage. So if you do know someone that is looking to sell a home, tell them it's a great time to do it and tell them I'd love to talk to them about it, because it's just buyers are literally getting into fistfights in driveways to see who's going to win the bidding war. And I don't mean with their fists. I mean with their checkbooks. So, you know, reach out, check out our website. I do appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to be doing more and more live video content. I just find that it really gets good information to my people that need the good information, who need to hear it. You know, I want to make sure you guys hear it from me. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk soon.